ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायण नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवते उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Today we will discuss Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 6, the progeny of the daughters of Daksha. Yesterday we went through the verses, and today we will go through the purports. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, so basically, Prajapati Daksha being unhappy the way Narada Muni was delivering his sons, 10,000 Haryashvas, 1,000 Savalashvas. This time he progenited daughters. So he begot 60 daughters in the womb of his wife Ashikni. So in the purport, there is this mention about Lord Brahma then saw Daksha and instructed him to beget children again. This time, Daksha was very cautious to beget female children instead of male children so that Narada Muni would not disturb. I don't know if anyone had this question, but in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, there is Canto 2, Chapter 30 or 31. There is a description of how the embryo is developing, how the fetus develops, how all this description is mentioned. And if one go further detail, there is also a description about how one can beget a girl child or a boy child. There is also, yeah. So anyway, yeah. Otherwise, people may think, hey, how is it possible that one could choose and select only daughters? Yeah. So here it's there. This time, Daksha was very cautious to beget female children instead of male children so that Narad Muni would not disturb. In the purport 1 itself, Prabhupada mentions females are not meant for the renounced order of life. They should be faithful to their good husbands. Wow, this is nice. For if a husband is competent for liberation, his wife will also achieve liberation with him. As stated in the Shastras, the results of the husband's pious activities are shared by his wife. So sometimes we come across, na, okay, whatever husband does, half of it goes to the wife. So, yeah, here also we can clearly see. Therefore, a woman's duty is to be very chaste and faithful to her husband. Then, without separate endeavor, she will share in all the profit the husband earns. This is, in fact, in the third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, where Kardama Muni and Devahuti. Kardama Muni was performing austerities, penances, and acquiring so many spiritual mystic powers that he acquired. But what Mother Devahuti was doing, she was just serving her husband with humility. To that extent, she was not even taking care of her own body, comfort, needs, but she was only serving her husband. And in the end, Kardamuni was pleased and he said, okay, all whatever I have acquired is yours. And in fact, after that, when Devahuti desired to beget a child, because mm, Akuti and Prasuti, yeah, they were having already children. So Devahuti also wanted to have a child, because she was childless till then. So coming back here, uh, female can attain everything, of course, if the male does um, his part. If he earns something, then only that goes to the wife, of course. And here he gave the 10 daughters in charity to Dharmaraja, 13 to Kashyapa, 27 to the moon god, and 22 to Angira, Krishashva, and Bhuta. The four daughters were given to Kashyapa. So here Kashyapa had uh, first 12 and then one more. In that way, 13 he got there. Plus, he received 17 daughters. He again got four daughters. So altogether, he got 17 daughters. And then he is going to tell about the names. The 10 daughters given to Yamaraj were named Bhanu, Lamba, Kakudyami, Vishwa, Sadhya, Marutvati, Vasu, Muhurta, um, mhm, and Sankalpa. And then it goes further, and we go to the sons of Vishwa were the Vishwa Devas who had no progeny. Hmm. Then we go to the verse straight to mm, mm, to 17, 18. Sarupasuta Bhutasya Bharya Rudramsha Kotishaha Raivato Bhavo Bhimo Vamo Ugro Vrishakapihi. So, Sarupa, the wife of Bhuta, gave birth to 10 million Rudras. 10 million Rudras, of whom the 11 principal Rudras were Raivata, Aja, Bhava, Bhima, Vama, Ugra, Kapi, Ajay Kapat, Ahir Brahna, Bahurupa, and Mahan. In this, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in the comment says that Bhuta had two wives. One of them, Sarupa, gave birth to 11 Rudras, and the other wife gave birth to the associates of Rudras called known as ghosts and hob hobgoblins. Hmm? I forgot what is this hobgoblins. Usually they are in the small bottles, right? So Aladdin. I don't know if you know this genie or jinn. Yeah. So this hobgoblins are one who are in this kind of bottles, um, mm, like that. And then Kashyapa, and then afterwards, I'm just saying. And then Maharaj. कृतिकादीनि नक्षत्रान् ईन्दोः पत्न्यस्तु भारता दक्षसापात् सो अनपत्यस्तासु यक्ष्म ग्रहार्दितः. So Maharaj Parikshit, best of the Bharatas, constellations named Kritika were all wives of the moon god. However, because Prajapati Daksha had cursed him to suffer from a disease, why did he curse? Because the moon god was very affectionate to only one wife. Who is that? Rohini. Moon god Chandra was affectionate to Rohini and he neglected all other wives. Therefore, seeing this partiality, so Prajapati Daksha cursed him that he become Kshirna, reduce. And then, because of that, the moon loses its shining power during the dark fortnight, and in the bright fortnight, it is manifest again. Oh, so now please hear from me the names of Kashyapa's wives. Okay, this is also, and they are Atiti, Diti, Danu, Kashta, Arishta, Surasa, Ila, Muni, Krodavasa, Tamra, Shurabhi, Sharama, and Timi. From the womb of Timi, all the aquatics took birth, and from the womb of Sarama, the ferocious animals like tigers and lions took birth. Then, then I'm just going to the daughter of Vrishaparva named Sarmishtha. So the daughter of yeah. So this goes further, and the daughter of Farbhanu named Suprabha was married by Namuchi. The daughter of Vrishaparva named uh, Sarmishta was given to the powerful king Yayati, the son of Nahusha. This Yayati story will come in the ninth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Vaishvanara Sutayascha Chatasra Charu Darshana Upadanavi Hayashira Puloma Kalaka Tatha Upadanavim Hiranyaksha Kratur Hayashiram Nrupa Pulomam Kalakam Chadve Vaishvanar Sutetu Kaha Upayeme Atha Bhagavan Kasyapo Brahmachoditāh Paulamah Kalakeyascha Dhanava Yuddhasalinaha तयो षष्टिसहस्राणि यज्ञग्नांस्ते पितुः पिता जघानस्वर्गतो राजन् एक इन्द्र प्रियंकरा. In this, at least we come across these names from the womb of the two daughters of Vaishvanara. So Kashyapa married Puloma and Kalaka, and the other two daughters of Vaishvanara. From the wombs of these two wives, Kashyapa gave 60,000 came 60,000 sons headed by Nivata Kavacha, hmm, who are known as Paulomas and Kalakeyas. They were physically very strong and expert in fighting, and their aim was to disturb the sacrifices. This is in fact what happens. You remember? Anyone saw this movie, Bahubali? Hmm?
Yes, Prabhuji.
And when the king or whoever the prince they were doing the yajna, if you remember, then there was a kind of um, a army that comes who are blackish like barbarians. Yeah, I think they were called Kalakeyas. Kalakeyas and Nivata Kavacha. I think these names are used there. I mean, of course. Hmm. And yeah, so we can see this verse. They were physically very strong, yeah, and expert in fighting, yes, and that is the spirit they had. They used to come and conquer all the places and disturb the sacrifices performed by great sages. So, and then what happened, my dear king? When your grandfather Arjuna went to the heavenly planets, he alone killed all these demons, and thus killed King Indra became extremely affectionate toward him. So these Kalakeyas were killed by not whoever that Bahubali, but he was killed by Arjuna. Hmm. And mm, then comes, yeah, as I said, this chapter doesn't have too many purports, but something we can still read is, now please hear as I describe the descendants of Aditi in chronological order. In this dynasty of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayana descended by his plenary expansion. The names of the sons of Atiti are as follows: Vivaswan, Aryama, Pusha, Tvashta, Savita, Bhaga, Dhata, Vidhata, Varuna, Mitra, Shatru, Urukrama. Samya, the wife of of Vivaswan, the sun god, gave birth to Manu, named Shraddha Deva, and the same fortunate wife also gave birth to twins Yamaraja and the river Yamuna. Then Yami, while wandering on the earth in the form of mare, gave birth to Ashwini Kumaras. Um, yeah, I come to this later. And then Chaya, another wife of the sun god, begot two sons, Saneshchara and Savarni Manu, and one daughter Tapati, who married to Samvarana. Huh? So, and this goes further, and then finally there is this explanation about Pusha. If we read Shiva Purana, in that there is a description of what happened to Pusha and all these things, how Shiva has kicked out the teeth as Virupaksha, no, Virupaksha. And when Pusha had laughed at Lord Shiva and shown his teeth, therefore he lost his teeth and had to live by eating only ground floor. All this is said, and yesterday we wanted to understand about whether Yamaraja is a role or not. I couldn't go into detail, but at least let's see in the fifth canto, chapter 19. I just opened that. Let's see. Is it 17? I think, not 19. In the Hemagori Mataji, I need to still look. I think I I don't know, in one of these chapters in fifth canto, there is the, like, in which Varsha who all are born or who is what. In that I want to cross check if who is taking the role of Yamaraj.
No problem, Prabhupada. One specifically.
Yeah, it is one of those areas. I mean, either it is, I thought it is 19, but I still didn't find 19. Worship with several processes. Obeisances honored as pure devotee of the deities, mountains, rivers, inhabitants. Okay, let me try here. In the 19th chapter, mountains, Malaya, Mangala, Prastha, Mainaka, Trikuta, Rijava, Kotaka, Kolloka. Then there are rivers. Besides these, there are many other hills with many large and small rivers flowing from the slopes. The rivers there in Bharatavarsha, Chandravasha, Tamraparni, Avatoda, Kritamala, Vaihayasi, Kaveri, Veni, Payasvini, Sakravarta, Tungabhadra, Krishnavenya, Bhimarati, Godavari, Nirvidya, and in this there is Yamuna here. So in this way, Yamuna is also, yeah, we can see it's not like a position. Okay, Mataji. In the fifth canto, 19th chapter, 17, 18, there is a list of all the rivers in Bharatavarsha. And similarly, in other Varshas, yeah, Ilavrata Varsha, other Varshas, there is also a description. I have to find in which part it is. And to your question, okay. You want to know about. Okay, it will not take much time. Let me quickly see this. Paripatra. Vivikta. Ama. Madhuroha. The seven sons. Dhumranika. Vitihotra. Ramya. Ramanaka. Again, in the fifth canto, 20th chapter, verse number 2, there is a description about the mountains and the rivers. And then Soma, Agni, Varuna, Vayu, Brahma. Okay, at least I've covered the whole fifth canto. So far, I came across only this much info. Yeah, I'll check with someone else. Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji, sorry for asking this question. I'm
No, no,
taking
I
lot
mean,
of
it's
time.
always, no, no, it's always helpful. Mm. Because of you, I at least I know in the case of rivers and about who. I mean, I remember once Apu Prabhu was telling, I don't know, maybe he can refer the source. He was telling who are rotational, who are not rotational. But yeah, I will check details.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay. Good. Then that's it. I mean, I don't have much to offer. Um Prabhupada also has not elaborated much in this chapter, very few purports. Yeah. Then thank you very much. Vanchakalpatarabhyascha kripa sindhubhyo cha पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, निताय गौर। हरे कृष्ण।